Hello and welcome to the Passion Show. My name is Phil and joining me as always is my co-host Kyle.
Wagwan.
And this week we're joined by Kieran and Joe from Yuka Tree.
Hello.
Yeah, so in today's episode, we're talking about your band, Yuka Tree. To get started, just how did you get started as a band?
Take it away, man.
There were three of us working at 42s, and we spoke about starting a band. And then the drummer, he used to live with a lad who he knew, who played guitar, so he joined. And then my old housemate, her boyfriend, joined on guitar as well.
Oh, okay. So what sort of do you want to just sort of give us a rundown of the band and what kind of music you release and stuff like that?
I'd say we do, what would you say, indie punk music.
Post-punky stuff. It's a bit like political at times, I think.
Angry boys.
Yeah. Moody.
When you say political, what do you mean?
Pretty left-wing.
Just shouting at the government.
Yeah, just kicking off about the Tory party and stuff.
Sounds very Stormzy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Stormzy. Oh, I just swore, can I swear?
yeah, that's fair.
Oh, sound.
Oh, shit. So, what have you done so far? Like, what singles have you brought out?
We've had one single. Our debut come out on the 24th of January. That's called Preacher.
Which is on Spotify, so we'll link that as well in the description
Alright,
for all our fans to check it out.
yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, I think.
YouTube music, yep.
Yeah, YouTube Music, Deezer. Does anyone use these? Anyway,
I think the French, though.
the French.
We might get a French
Yeah,
following.
we got played on radio in France.
Oh wow.
Did we?
Yeah.
Only in France though. Nowhere else.
In like France. Where else was it?
Norway,
Australia. Norway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we did that first single. We've had that recorded since like July.
Mhm.
We're messing about with like the mixing and mastering and stuff. And we did like a gig, like a unveiling of the single.
Oh, cool. I was gonna
that
say,
night.
in relation to gigs, like what sort of gigs are you playing? Are you playing a lot? Are you trying to get yourself out there and stuff?
To begin with, it was like every couple of months. Now I think we're just trying to focus on like one, like rather than trying to put too many gigs in one short space of time and just play as many gigs as possible. We're just trying to play like gigs that we really want to play, not be like
significant
beneficial.
ones.
Yeah, and like so we've mainly done like support slots, but like I said for that single, we did our first headline at where was it? At the Eagle,
The Eagle Inn.
in Salford, which sold out.
Oh,
So that was good. Yeah.
So, who like, inspired you both individually to, like, get into music?
I've always been big into music because my dad's big into music. I think like he's a bit of a skinhead. That kind of rubbed off on me, like a lot of like ska music, like reggae and stuff, and like a lot of
Yeah, we was
Yeah.
both little mods, weren't
yeah, little mods, yeah, the Who and stuff like that. So then like I'd say the first bands that got me into music were them sort of bands. I'd say like influences on the band. There isn't like specific ones, but just like post-punky, Joy Division maybe, just that sort of thing.
we? Wire,
Why?
Gang of Four.
What about you, Joe? What got you into music?
I'd say like Paul Weller, The Jam,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, big mod.
Yeah.
Ben Sherman shirts, yeah.
So did it just come from like listening to all this stuff when you were younger, and then it just sort of like
Yeah,
eventually
just
grew into,
like
this?
just in the car, man. Like I don't know, just like my dad play like My Generation by the Who in the car, and
Yeah.
it'd just take my head off completely.
I know what
used
you
to love
mean
it.
about like your parents being like an influential figure with music, because my dad's like really big into music, so obviously I grew up with a lot of like the Beatles and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and that sort of shaped the way I listen to
it
music.
rubs off on you.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what's coming next? What are your plans?
Do you know, Joe?
Or are you just winging it?
Just winging it, really, aren't we?
Yeah,
got
we're
a
not
few
we're not
to
really
spare.
wing. We've got a few gigs lined up. We've got 2 songs recorded. Well, nearly 2 songs recorded. One just needs finishing, but they need mixing and mastering and all the like promo stuff sorting for them. So we don't know when they'll be coming out. But we've got a couple of gigs booked. We've got like one at the end of this month with like I'd say like our bands are sort of friends. Like our like friends band. They're like I don't know. It's just like a bit of a. There's always been a plan to play a gig together. So we're supporting them, like my housemate's band, and then we're playing with. Who are we playing with in
Sheaves.
Sheffield? Sheaves in Sheffield.
Where at?
Cafe Totem.
When?
The 13th of March. Smash that. And then we've got our second headline booked, which is going to be at Gulliver's on the
2nd of May,
2nd of May.
I think.
Yes.
So you mentioned that about like mixing your music and all that. Do you guys like do all your producing yourself? Is there like one person in the band who's big on it or something, or do you do it externally?
We do it externally. So, like, do you know like Fat White Family?
No, tell me about it.
Oh, the Fat White Family, like, kind of like punky band. They do quite well for themselves.
Crazy people.
Yeah, crazy people. We just started speaking to their like producer. So we do stuff in his studio in Sheffield, or the studio he works at in Sheffield, and I think he just really like got us, didn't he? And we just like enjoyed it. The first single we recorded. So we'll go back there for the foreseeable future. Obviously, he then will mix and master it. No, he mixes it actually, and then he sends it off to someone else to get mastered. But we're on like a little independent label, 42's Records, like to do with the club.
Yeah.
And one of the guys from there actually mastered it for us. So I think we're just going to stick with him next time because it was sick. Good job.
And what do you think of like the live music, playing live music compared to like recording in the studio and stuff like that? Is that something you enjoy?
I'd much rather be playing live.
Yeah.
I'd say for someone in a band, I really don't like writing music at all. I quite like recording, but it's hard work. But I'd say I'm in a band just to play live.
Who does write the music for the band?
We do collective on the music.
Yeah.
And then
Except me.
You write the lyrics.
Yeah. So like one of the lads will have an idea for a riff or something, bring that in. Everyone else will put bits to it. Then we'll normally record it. I'll listen to it at home and write the lyrics, and then bring it together.
Sounds like quite a collaborative effort.
What have been some of your highlights of being a band?
Getting a single released finally. Doing the headline gig, yeah. Getting played on like Radio X, like that was sick. Like we heard that we might get played on Radio X. Like one of the guys at the label told us. We were like, oh, that sound like we'll keep an eye out. And then I think it was like that night we got played. That was pretty sick.
Getting played in Norway.
Getting played in Norway was a big one. All the Norwegian fans that we've got.
Oh yeah.
I saw that you got named as like one of the bands to look out for in like 2020 by don't know what the magazine's called now.
Yeah, my music radar thing.
Yeah,
MMO. Yeah, we were on the like ones to watch for that, which is like pretty sick as well because you don't like no one tells you you're gonna be on these things.
Oh,
you
really?
You just get tagged in something.
We don't get tagged in anything like that. We're not on the podcasts to look out for.
We ain't big yet.
Just keep grafting away, boys.
Well, Kyle just keeps grafting. Right, so 10 off.
That's our cousin, it.
Yeah. Ollie does everything. Our drummer just sorts everything out. We just show up. Like,
have a good time.
Yeah. And then he drives us home again in his van.
Well, you're doing some promotion now, so.
Yeah, that's true. And he's not here. Look what we can do without you, Ollie. No, he's in charge. All joking aside.
Kyle's in charge here. I just sort of do what he tells me now.
I think I quite like it, to be fair. I think to begin with, I don't know. I wasn't really sure. And no, it's not like he like rules over us or anything, but he just like sorts things out. He's just like
together.
He's just an organised guy. So it's just like just follow what Ollie does and we'll be all right.
Yeah, we have spreadsheets and everything.
Yeah.
we
He's
need to
got
get
it all.
spreadsheets.
He's got it all. To be fair, the guy's doing a PhD in like economics, so he's got his head screwed on. So
Damn.
there's definitely worse people out there we could be following.
Yeah, because you guys study different things to music, don't you? Like, I know you do events management.
Yeah. Nobody has studied music, so I do events management, MMU. Ollie does. I don't actually know what it is, but it's a PhD in something to do with economics. He does that in Sheffield.
That's quite intense. though.
Damn, like, well, working in a band as well.
Yeah. Jacob does politics and religion or something. He's doing a master's in politics and religion, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, then what does Louis do?
Louis does like some mad, I don't know, he's just like in this lab all the time. I think he might be like a crazy scientist or something, Louis. He's got that kind of vibe as well. I think he does like biochem, to be fair. But he's on a placement year, just like working in a lab. I don't know. He doesn't really tell us about it. He could be doing anything.
I find it quite interesting that you didn't actually choose to study music. Was that something that you'd have thought of before?
I'm not actually that good. I don't think I'd be able to study it like academically. I don't think I'm anywhere near good enough. Oh, Joe, what did you do at uni?
I did art.
Fine art.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe did fine art at uni,
Cool.
but only first year.
Hoping to go back.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Good luck.
Yeah, I
Thank
don't.
you,
I
thank
think like. I'd say like Joe. Probably all the other lads except me are probably talented enough to study music, but it's never was something that I did it GCSE,
Yeah.
but like I've never had lessons or anything.
I think I got like a C at GCSE music.
Yeah, I think I might have got a B to be fair.
Oh no,
I
you've
got a
done me
B.
there.
You got what?
Yeah, I got a B. GCSE music. Yeah, that's hard.
It is hard.
It is hard.
Yeah.
We have
it's
to
hard.
listen to like African music and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
but
We did a
really
Jeff
hard.
Jeff Buckley tune.
I think I did Jeff Buckley as well.
Yeah, was it Grace?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big tune though. To be
Yeah, it's
fair.
a good tune. But I think studying music is kind of different to actually enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's like two very different avenues. So it seems like you've just gone down the path of just trying to enjoy it rather than study it meticulously and getting bored of it.
Yeah, 100%.
You were saying before that you loved performing. Do you get nervous?
I don't get nervous at all.
I get very nervous.
I've been playing in bands since I was like 15. I think I did my first gig at like 15, 16. So like, I think I'm just pretty used to it. I just
Yeah,
really
it's
enjoy
fair.
it. Like it's hard to explain. Like before a gig, I can't eat or anything, so I assume that's nervous, but I never actually feel nervous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm never like worried about going up.
And what is it that you love about performing?
I just like being centre of attention, mate. I don't even know. Just I don't know. Just puts a grin on my face.
Yeah.
I just like it.
Watching people nod along. That's
Yeah.
good.
Well,
Knowing that they're enjoying themselves.
We've got like a big outro on one of our songs where I'm not singing, so I just like got in the crowd and just like watched the band,
Oh.
and I was just loving it. Like
That's
just
sick,
like the
that.
band are sick, like
Yeah.
so I just like playing with them. Like I don't know.
I do find it interesting that you said about being the centre of attention. Like I know it was a bit of a joke, but some people do enjoy the idea of being like the front man on stage, but some people enjoy being more in the background. Like we've talked about that a bit before with other musicians on the podcast and stuff. Like, would
Yeah.
You, so are you guys more into like being seen, or are you okay to just sort of slip into the background?
I think everyone's got like. Am I close enough to the mic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just about there before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone's got like their own little stage presence, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Jacob goes a bit crazy at times. And Louis does this little weird thing with his arm when he's playing the guitar sometimes. Like, Joe has a bit of a jig about. I don't feel like anybody. I feel like you could watch any member of the band and still have a good time. It's
That's
not.
quite-
It's not all about one person. It's not like the Smiths or whatever, where everyone stands in the dark and Morrissey stands in the middle waving his flowers around. Like, it's nothing like that.
Yeah, it does sound like more of a collaborative effort. Like the band like pulls together, which is quite cool.
Yeah, definitely greater than the sum of our parts. I'd say. Is that the right phrase?
I don't know.
It sounded nice, so we'll go with it.
Yeah,
Like,
it did sound nice.
Sounds about right.
I think that's right. I think that's
Yeah.
right.
So what advice would you give to anyone who's like wanting to like start a band or start playing music or performing?
Practice.
Yeah, find a decent bassist because they're hard to come by, but they're important.
Yeah.
Just practice. If you want to start a band, then just practice playing with other people.
Or you could learn a bass. You could learn bass, so everyone would be.
Yeah, or you
Asking
could just
for
get
it.
really good at bass and just be in high demand. Yeah, just practice. I don't know. Even when you're not good enough to play a gig, if somebody wants to book you, just play the gig. It'll be fine by the time like it comes around. I feel like we just like kind of wing our way through things. It always goes all right.
Probably isn't the best advice, but
Nah.
it
What-
works for us.
Yeah, once you've got a gig booked, even if you're not ready, you're probably going to be ready by then. Otherwise, it's going to go awfully, isn't it? So you've got two options: get ready or do badly.
Sink or swim.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think of a question. My brain's gone a bit blank.
We can talk about anything. It doesn't have to be band stuff. Ask us a random question.
All right.
Joe will answer.
Well, I'm trying.
Would you rather have teeth for hair or have teeth?
You know,
Oh,
blue whales, they have
have, like,
bristly
hairy
teeth,
teeth,
don't
don't
they? Yeah,
Do
so I
they?
could do that. I could deal with that.
do you reckon?
But would I have to have teeth on my head?
No,
No,
it's,
no,
no,
the
it's,
hair
it's
is
one.
your
It's
teeth.
one or the other. You mean,
Yeah, I'd have hairy teeth.
yeah, you'd have to have hairy teeth.
What, and just eat soup for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I quite like soup.
I quite like
I do
soup.
quite like
Hairs?
soup.
Would
Yeah.
the hairs fall out?
I'm sure you wouldn't be bothered if it's in your
Will
mouth
teeth
already.
fall out?
Yeah. Do
Mm.
they?
Yeah, would you molt?
Yeah.
Can you dye it? Can you dye your hair?
Oh, that'd be sick.
Would your hair teeth go yellow?
shit.
Oh.
Well,
So
you could
many
just dye
questions.
them, you just bleach them if it went yellow.
Yeah, yeah. You can have
What?
completely white
Yeah,
hair
perfectly
teeth.
white. Yeah.
Yeah.
And would they go white with age?
Oh yeah, they're gonna grey up.
Yeah.
Would they be dead soggy all the time?
I imagine they would be soggy. To be fair.
How long would they be? Would they keep growing? Would you have to
Are
trim
these the hair teeth or the teeth hair?
The hair teeth.
them?
hair
teeth,
teeth.
yeah.
The teeth hair's crazy. Let's not get into that.
That'd be grim. I don't want to think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you have to cut them?
Oh, you have to. Rabbits. You have to cut their teeth
Oh,
because, like pet rabbits, because their teeth grow. I'm trying to think of a way to explain
Like
this
nails?
for audio. Yeah, they grow like nails, but they curve round to the up the roof of the mouth, and it just like impales their head. And but you can cut their teeth, like they're not bothered. You can cut them. It's mad.
That's gross.
But don't go around cutting rabbits' teeth. That's a bad thing to do.
What happens if like it's in the wild and doesn't have no nut? Does it just?
It's because they chew on stuff. Like they
Oh.
can chew on like bark and keep it down.
Okay.
But if it's in like a cage and that, it doesn't have the materials to do so. It's like the way dogs' nails get long when you don't walk them.
Well, shit.
Mm.
little rabbit barbers in the wild.
Barber dentist.
Just getting a fresh trim.
Have you seen The Last Jedi?
Yes,
What do you think?
I loved it.
Oh my god, really?
I loved it. I loved it. I appreciate that Star Wars films aren't the best films in the world,
We're
but
gonna ban Star Wars from the podcast.
I
Phil.
just thought it was so entertaining.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely entertaining. I'll give it that. Did you like The Rise of Skywalker? Have you seen it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You liked it?
yeah.
Oh.
More than Last Jedi,
Oh.
I'd say.
I had quite a hatred towards The Last Jedi, and then I saw The Rise of Skywalker, and I thought that was like the worst thing I'd ever seen.
No
And
way.
The Last Jedi looks quite nice now because of it.
Nah.
I've turned.
I feel like I love The Last Jedi because it's a Star Wars film, but it's probably the worst. I reckon.
I like it.
Is that the one where they're on that like casino planet for no
Yeah.
reason?
No, it's bad. It's bad, but
Yeah.
at least it's trying to do something. The Rise of Skywalker is just lazy.
Nah, I loved it. Rise of Skywalker. Oh, I
I
can't
think
believe
you've
it.
got some deep-rooted Star Wars issues.
It's a wider problem towards Star Wars. It's far too in depth to go into.
So before we wrap up, is there anything else that you guys wanted to add?
Yeah, why don't you tell us what you're doing currently, like what's coming up for you in terms of music? I know you've got some gigs out, but are you planning to like make an album, stuff like that?
Just get a few singles down. I think there was some talk about doing an EP at some point, but I reckon that'll be later on. We've already got a song that I personally would like to record as the next single, so that would then be we've got 3 songs lined up.
Mhm.
And then maybe look at doing an EP or something. I'd love to do an album eventually, but I think that too many small bands rush into doing a first album.
It's good that you're taking your time to
Yeah.
like shape your music and stuff like that, rather than jumping into a whole album.
Well,
'Cause
yeah.
that's quite a daunting task,
Like,
isn't it?
I seen this video where just this woman from like the music industry, I can't remember what she did, but she was explaining the faults that bands have, and it was like to release an album or an EP rather than singles, because if you keep releasing singles, you're constantly like on people's news feed, constantly in people's faces. There's always stuff to be promoted. Whereas if it's an album, you promote it, it comes out, and then nothing happens afterwards. So I think it's
Yeah.
better to do less at more regular intervals
And I
than to
suppose
try
it
and get
can-
loads out.
It can build up the hype towards an album, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with us, like we've had like similar to that because like we're on Spotify now, but because we've got a backlog, like we release like 20 episodes at a time onto it, and that performs less than releasing one at a time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of course, like, if I release a song and like if we release a song and somebody doesn't like it, they've still clicked on that song and it's still got that one listen or whatever. But if you do an album, they don't like the first song, the rest of them aren't going to get listened to. That
Yeah.
kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like people aren't gonna just keep like not everyone's gonna work their way through your whole body of work.
Yeah, when you're sort of presented with an album, it's quite like a big thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Rather
and
than
if-
a song, it's just like 3 minutes
yeah,
of your life.
and the start of a album's like quite important to how people are gonna
Yeah.
like respect you as a band. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think like even with albums, like if we were to do an album, I could maybe only think of like 1 or 2 songs that we've got now that I think would be good enough to put on a debut album.
Mm.
Like I think we still need some time to write.
But I do think it's interesting the way you're taking your time and stuff. There's no rush or anything. Would you ever release your stuff on vinyl?
Yeah, we're looking into doing that for
Mm.
well our next 2 songs that are coming up. The thought was originally they were going to be an A side and then a B side,
Yeah.
but it might be like a double A side now.
Oh, cool.
So we were like speaking to 42's Records about getting that like pressed.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, which
That
would
is
be
cool.
good. Because I think like people will buy them. I'd be more inclined to buy my mates like record, vinyl, whatever, than I would to buy it on iTunes, because it's like a physical thing. You're
Yeah.
like supporting them more. Do you know what I mean? Like something you can like hold. Like, I think that's more significant.
And physical media is better than streaming.
Yeah,
1,000,000%.
100%. And it supports like the artists as well. Like streaming's terrible. I read this thing that it was like if you're a solo artist in the UK, you need to get like 3 million streams to make the equivalent of minimum wage or something.
It's ridiculous.
But it does mean that the whole world can listen to you at the same time.
There's
Yeah.
positives and negatives in it because it allows you to get yourself out there, but it also
Oh yeah,
takes
it's like an
away
easy
from-
platform.
yeah.
And it's also pretty much got rid of piracy in music because people
Yeah,
don't like
that was a
copy
big
songs
issue
anymore.
like 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But now it's just given to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like even if you don't pay for Spotify, like you can still get an album on the Spotify like free one.
You have to
and
listen to it on
or
shuffle,
whatever.
though.
Yeah, you have to shuffle it, but I mean it's still like accessible.
Is there anything else you just want to mention about the band before we wrap up or anything? Anything you want to?
You want to
Touch
go,
on?
Joe?
I don't think so. Other than we've got CDs.
Yeah, we have got some
Oh, you got
CDs.
CDs?
We have got
CDs?
CDs, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
For the
That's
first
so
single.
sick.
How much are they?
Not a clue,
I think
but probably
they're
pretty cheap.
I think they're £2.
Yeah, something like that.
Two-
3
The artwork was done by Joe. If
The
you've
fine
seen the
art studio.
artwork,
Damn.
for,
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That,
yeah,
I've seen
Look,
it.
painting
Yeah,
you did
little
once it.
painting,
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Is that? Do you have like a website or anything?
Uh,
Selling that on?
Where can you get it off?
you can
42
get it on the
Records.
42's records, like their online store.
Mhm.
That's got like everyone in there. Everyone that they what's the right word?
Promote.
Everyone that they babysit.
Everyone that they look after.
Yeah, everyone that they look after. Like it's got all the stuff on, so we're on there.
Okay, cool. So you can head to that if you.
Yeah, and t-shirts.
Yeah, and t-shirts,
There's
which were
t-shirts as
also
well.
which were also designed by Joe.
Yeah, get
Man of
yourself a
many
t-shirt.
talents.
There you go.
He started making shoes as well, aren't you, Joe?
I have. Started
Start
making
making
shoes.
shoes.
Well,
Painting.
painted them.
Oh,
Painting them.
Band shoes.
Band shoes, yeah.
Legit?
The Yuka boot.
Oh my god, I love that.
You don't really see band shoes that often.
No.
Maybe you found a niche in the
Yeah.
market.
That's a good
Guess
shout.
Starting a trend.
Yeah.
But I think on that note we'll wrap it up there. So thanks to Joe and Kieran from Yuka
Thank you
Tree
very
for
much.
It's been a pleasure.
coming
Thank
on
you.
to talk about the band. Thanks to Kyle as always for being my co-host.
Buy some Yuka Tree band shoes.
Yes.
If you have any passions yourself that you want us to talk about, feel free to leave them in the comments below because we'll always be happy to talk about them.
Or hit us up in the DMs if you want to show your passion on the Passion Show.
Other than that, thanks for listening.